Start with your feet pretty wide here. Take a moment to turn your gaze low or even close the eyes. Set your intention, your mindset for this triple B practice. Couple deep breaths. Breathe in from the belly, out from the belly. Take those exhale breaths out through the mouth anytime you're using a little extra force or energy. And then we'll lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold down the center of the legs. And just get a nice little stretch behind the hamstrings, behind the calves here. Let the head hang. Give it a little shake, yes and no. And kind of rock a little bit side to side, bending the right knee, then straightening, bending the left knee, and straightening. Bend both knees, slowly roll it back up to standing. Shoulders up and back a couple of times. And shoulders forward and down as well. Just a little twist from side to side. Pick up the heel as you twist in the opposite direction so that the hips are moving with us as well. Keep going here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come stand at the back end of the yoga mat. From just that little bit of movement, let's keep adding in some heat here. Lift the arms up to the sky, and then forward fold. Walk it out to downward facing dog. Twisted down dog. Take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Look underneath. Set the right hand down. Pick up the left hand. Twisted down dog. Set the left hand down, come forward to plank pose. Mountain climbers, do these with a twist today, about 8 times. And then step to the front of the mat. Sit down all the way into your yogi squat, so hang the hips down low today. In these triple B sun salutations to warm us up. And then we're stepping it back to plank pose. Add in 1 push-up. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands to the feet. Stand up, lift the arms to the sky. We'll do 2 more like that, and we're not going too fast today, keeping it somewhat slow. Walk it out to down dog. Add in the twist. Come forward to plank, twisted mountain climbers. So right knee goes to the left elbow and vice versa. About 8 times here. Full yogi squat as you step the feet forward, sit low into the hips. Give it a couple of breaths. And then step it back. A single push-up. Down dog. Walk hands to the feet. Stand up, reach high. Do it all over 1 more time. Walk the hands forward. Add the twist. Forward to plank, and then the twist in the mountain climber. Slow yogi squat, couple of breaths as you step forward and sit low. We'll take it back to plank. Add in the push-up. Down dog, stay in downward facing dog here. step the right foot forward into a low lunge. Add in a twist, right hand to the sky. Place the hand to the inside of your foot, down dog lunge, spin the back heel down. Walk the hands towards the front corner of the mat. Broaden the right knee away from your shoulder. And then walk it in, step it back, down dog. Second side, step the left foot forward to your lunge. Add in the twist in the torso. And then set the left hand to the inside, down dog lunge. Got just a few of those torso rotation twists in the warm-up today. There's a lot of leg work, and I always find if I have more easy spinal movement, it makes the leg workouts more doable. Okay, walk the hands back in. One last step back to dog pose. Walk the hands to the feet. Do ragdoll pose here at the back end of the mat for a moment. Heavy in the legs. Bend the knees. Hold on to the elbows. Sway a little bit side to side. Release the breath. And then roll on up to standing. All right, so getting into our resistance work, I'm going to set a pad down where my knees are going to go. And then using the heaviest weight that you're going to work with today at the shoulders. There's a lot of repetitive work in this as well, making weights almost not necessary. So we'll rack the weight at the shoulders. And if you're here with the feet, just a little bit wider in the hips, I'll show us first. We'll be stepping down to the mat, right leg, left leg, and then up, right leg, left leg. It's down and up like that, staying on the same leg about 10 times. All right, so here we are at the top. We step down and down and up and up. And you just keep going. Again, lead with this right leg the whole time here. And then we'll switch sides in a moment. Step forward enough as you stand up that you're not having to rock over the line of the toes. Nice exhale breath each time you stand. We've got two more here on the right side. Nothing has to be quick today. Let's stand at the top and pause for a moment. I've got a little something going on for myself with the left leg, so I'm going to switch to a lower weight for the lead leg to be the left. We got 10 more here. We're stepping down, down, up, up. Now starting left leg each time to go up and to go down. Try to go slow enough here that we're noticing. My body weight is definitely rocking side to side. We want to keep it as even as possible though. 4 more here. Quickly gets harder than it seems, right? 2 more. And stand at the top. Put the weights down for a moment. Shake out the arms. I'm going to move my pad out of the way. And then we just need one dumbbell across the chest for the next exercise, more into the calves here. Just going to hold that one dumbbell, each of the heavy ends right across the chest. Think chair pose first, bend the knees, sit into your thighs, but stay as upright as you can in the torso. Take in another breath. As we empty it out, we're just rocking heels off the ground and back down, and the whole body rocks a little bit forward to get the heels up and back down. Rock and lift and lower. So a pretty small movement in the big picture of things here. Keep the belly toned. And rock 4 more times. Up and down. Up and down. Up, down, up, down. Stand up. And again, reset. Take the weight down. We'll give ourselves a good 30 seconds, 45 maybe even, before we start the next. So we're going back to exercise that's one leg at a time. Watch first. I'm going to hold the dumbbells just down by the side in either hand. They're simply adding a little extra resistance. So use the extra resistance or not. We step back into a regular old lunge first, but as you come up, kick the leg forward. Then as we move, we stay on the same side. Try your best to not set the foot down in between. That being said, good way to modify it is to take the step in between. Ready? So weights down by our side, more towards the top end of the mat. We're going to start again. Right foot doing all of the work first. Step back into a 90-90 lunge. Knee drop right down from the hip. As you step forward, pick up the leg and kick. That's 1. Down for 2. And kick. 3. And kick. 4. Kick. 5. We're halfway there on this leg. Woo. If we fall off balance, no big deal. Body's letting us know. Come back, stabilize me, and then keep it going. 1 more here. And 2 feet stand on the mat. Give yourself just a moment, a couple of breaths, reset. And then we go right into the second side where the left foot starts. Step back into the lunge, lift and kick. Try to make the leg as straight as possible each time that you kick forward, and as high as works. Hip flexors, getting extension, both directions here. We're down here, 5. 6, 7. Stay lifted, shoulders right over the line of the hips. Make sure you're not falling forward in the torso as you step back into the lunge. Last one. And 2 feet to the ground. All right, I'm happy to set those weights down. Loading legs. Nice deep breaths needed. If you stand in the center of the yoga mat along the long edge, again, go back into a little bit of a chair squat, no weights needed. Arms up. Look past the fingertips. All right, and then we want to keep the torso like this, but bring the hands into the chest in prayer position. This is simply a step of the right foot out. I'm on the right toes. Keep the weight in the left leg. And from here we lift 10 times. Leg up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice what's happening in the standing leg. Try to keep the knee right over the line of the toes. Hips pulled back rather than out to the side. This doesn't have to be a super high lift. Keep it lower to make it more doable. We lift 3 more times, up and up and up. Reset, switch sides. All 10 toes are facing the same direction there, even as you lift heel off the ground and then full leg up. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Legs back together in chair pose. Extend the arms. Stand all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. If you're feeling the least bit lightheaded or dizzy, just keep the eye gaze lifted. If it's okay, drop the head down. Give yourself a moment here. Good news, that's the core of the leg work. We've done it full circuit, and we're gonna go one more time. Second time always has the advantage of knowing where we're going. Pick the weights and variations accordingly. Come all the way back up to standing. So we go back to the round of step downs and step ups. This time we'll start everything with the left leg in our sequences. So with the weights racked down by the side or up at the shoulders, let's get it going. Left leg goes down, down, and up, up. Go at the pace that works for you. It can be a little quicker, a little slower than me. We're looking for 10 step down, step ups on the same side. Really push down into the foot to propel the whole body to stand up each time. I think I've got 2 more here. And then at the top, you pause for a moment, switch out weights as needed. Stay with it, and we'll go second side. Here we are. Right leg leads the way now. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to slow it down a little bit, try to manage my weight, not rocking. 10. Step down, step ups on the right side here. Last one, and stand at the top. Carefully set the weight down. The next is the squat with the rock to the toes. Get in some calf work. I'd held one weight across the chest. Again, think chair pose first with the feet Hip distance apart, toes straight ahead, heels straight back. Squat down, but instead of butt out, we're thinking tailbone more down, torso more upright. And it's a lift, heels up and down. Try not to let the heels fall. That can be hard, but really balance the weight as we lift up and down. Little rock of the knees forward in the action. 10 goes pretty quick here. 6, 7, 8, use it to help catch our breath. 9 and 10. The lunge with the step back for the lunge and the kick forward. Good time to grab some water, take a quick little moment. Giving our body the short rest in between the exercises so that we can really come more fully into the exercise. Super important. And then right back at it. Okay, so left side starts first. Great posture, tone in the abdomen, confidence for this. 10 times on the left side. Step back to the lunge. Kick forward. Remember, take the step down in between or don't. Body a little more fatigued perhaps. Second time around, I'm using that balance check step a bit more often. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2 feet to the ground, settle for the second side, reset. Nice breath, release it out. And let's go to it. Step the right foot back. Try to get that 90 degree angle, front leg and back leg, each time you step down into the squat, which sometimes means a little longer step back. We can know that by making sure the front knee is pulled back from the line of the toes, not forward. 7, 8, we're almost there. 2 more here. 9 and 10. Step 2 feet together. Set down the weights. Last in this circuit requires no weights at all. Chair pose goes into that lateral lunge. So I had hands at the chest if you like that, or hands could be down along the hips. Oops, we're starting left leg first this time. Left toes step out and little lifts up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep knees pointed straight ahead. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So some strengthening here in the abductors, the outer thighs. Switch to the second side. Let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chair pose, extend the arms, Utkatasana. And again, forward fold. Let the head come down. Keep eyes more forward if you, again, feel least bit lightheaded or dizzy. Give yourself a full minute here. Recovery. We are done picking up weights. As ready, stretch into downward facing dog. We'll use our own body weight as the resistance for a little bit more as we take this to the latter half of the class. Pedal out the feet. Back to the lunges that we did at the top of the class. Step the right foot forward into the low lunge. Stretch right arm up to the sky for the twist. Down dog lunge, bring the hands to the inside, spin the back heel down. Walk fingertips out towards the left corner. And then an add-on here, come back to your low lunge with the back heel lifted. And can you drop the right shoulder down and loop the right arm under the right leg so that it ends up on the pinky toe side of the foot. You've got that cross or lock of the shoulder, little backpack strap with the right leg. Think of those calf raises that we did. And lift the right heel up and rock it down. And you rock forward and back a few times here. Forward and back. Forward and back. And then can the right leg lift out to the side? So off of the mat, still kind of hooked on your shoulder, and just pause, breathe, hold the pose, and step the right leg back, plank pose. Downward facing dog. We'll try that work on the second side. Step the left foot forward into the lunge. Lift the left arm up to the sky for a twisted lunge. Down dog lunge, hand comes to the inside, spin the back heel down. Walk out to the fingertips. Hands reach towards the right corner of the mat. And keeping both hands on the inside, walk them closer to the front foot. Spin the back heel back up towards the sky. And then you're dropping the left shoulder down towards the ground. Loop the left arm under the left leg. Place the hand like you would in down dog, but to the pinky toe side. And again, we're trying to lift the front heel and rock a little forward like we did earlier. Lift and rock and down. About 5 times forward and back there. And then you're picking up the left foot entirely, trying to rest the thigh to the shoulder and hold. Plank pose, lower flat down to the mat. Cobra, peel the chest up. Push back to child's pose, hips to the heels. Reach the arms out nice and long while you're here in child's pose. Okay, we're gonna lie down onto the belly, like flat down onto the mat. A little side lying leg series here. Extend the left arm out and roll onto the left side. So the head can stay down Or you can pop the head, prop it up underneath the left arm. Today we're going to use the top leg, so if I flex the feet and push down through the pinky toe edge of the bottom leg, I find that helps me to stabilize. And then the right leg, the top leg, I want you to paint V's. The shape of a V with your toes just back and forth here. There's a lot more core concentration to hold the balance as you paint that V shape with the top leg than one might think outwardly. So again, this does not need to be quick. Okay, and then we'll be doing that same V shape, but with the bottom leg. So you're gonna let the right leg come over, knee sets down to the mat, lift up the bottom leg, left leg now gets to do the V shape again. Good, and it just keeps going. It's the time that counts for this one. Over time, building the strength and tone along the inner thighs. We've got some mass of muscle in the quadriceps, strength as well in our hamstrings that often the inner thighs don't get as much strengthening work because everything around them says, oh, I can do that, let me do it. So here's your spotlight. Okay, you go back to the stack of the legs. This time, bend both knees, set them a little bit forward. Clam shells. We try to keep the hips stacked as is and lift the top leg up and down, up and down. Right knee does not have to go all the way up to the sky. If I did that, then I'm going to rock and fall back on the butt and the hips are going to tilt differently. I want the hips to stay in that forward position the entire time. And I'm just going to the degree that works in my body. You do the same for you. 2 more here. Straighten the legs back out. And a big kick all the way up, all the way down. 10 times here. Up and down. Up and down. Again, trying to stay side lying, not falling back on the butt. We're here for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. There's days I get really serious about those side lying positions and throw on some ankle weights. If you're ever on your own thinking, what more can I do for this? Switch sides. So we should be lying along the right side. Again, head can lie down or prop up. We're starting with the V paint on the top leg here. So left leg painting little V shapes. V for victory. Victory because this side lying series is the last work for Triple B today. A little bit more here. I measure these by going just a little beyond when the body starts to fatigue, when those muscles start to fatigue. Try it a little bit more. All right, and then you throw that left thigh over so that you have access to the bottom leg. And paint your V shapes. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Try to constantly keep it going though. Leg as straight as you can. So that's why I point out to the toes or point. Again, so the lower leg muscles don't get to do the work. We're really wanting the inner thighs. Ooh, to do some work here for 3, 2, and 1. Clamshell, so we stack the legs, knees together. They go more towards the front end of a sticky mat. Feet still more towards the back end. And lift and lower. Right away, I notice I've got a different range of motion on this side. So much of this practice is taking hold, noticing those differences, not naming them, good or bad. Just take notice. And isolating them can do a lot for how we decide to move through the rest of the day. All right, we just need 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight legs again, top leg, those big kicks. Oh, up and down. Front hand takes as much balance work as necessary. If you can do it without the left hand on the ground, pick it up. Big swings. We've got 3, 2, and 1. We've done it. Lie down onto the belly. Stretch the arms nice and long. Go back to cobra, hands by the chest. Push back to child's pose. And then come up to kneeling on your mat, hands at the waist with the thumbs tacked back towards each other. Squeeze the elbows in. Form of camel pose, keeping hands at the waist here. Open up all the way across the front side of the body. Lift back to a neutral position. Let the arms straight by your side or over belly and chest. Take in about 4 deep, long breaths. Every inhale originating down low in the belly, degree that feels right and good for you. Cooling down, calming down. And we'll close here today, just bringing palms together. A deep bow of gratitude to yourself. Coming to the mat, coming to this time for Triple B. Thank you. Namaste. All right, Nicole, thanks for joining me live.